Hey there, Derek here from Pacific Coast Auto in Japan. We're looking here at a 2005 Mercedes-Benz SL55 AMG. And so that is the 5.5 liter supercharged V8 in there. Puts out a grand total of 500 PS, which is, well, about the same in horsepower. 500 horsepower. This one has 20-inch aftermarket wheels and retractable hard top that functions as you can see. Has 112,000 kilometers on it, and we bought this one from auction for exports to Germany. Here we're going to take a look at the vehicle condition and compare it to the auction inspection sheet. Okay, so coolant was no problem at all. Oil, oddly, you can't test in these. They don't give you a dipstick. I suppose you can buy your own dipstick for them because this general version of the engine did come with the dipsticks, but for the AMG models they take it out because who has an AMG that doesn't get it factory maintained? Now it has this, I guess, anti-static, I think was the purpose of this. I don't really know what that's all about, but I did get shocked by the car a couple of times, so that is a little bit weird. Anyway, engine running condition and mechanics of the car seem to be fine. These cars can be a wonderful performance buy, but they also tend to be a little bit unreliable for the the hard tops tend to have problems. Sometimes the active air suspension has problems, and these engines I've found to be pretty reliable because people in Japan tend to maintain them pretty well. This is the auction inspection sheet. But I don't really know how well they are in terms of outright reliability. I figure that if you have an SL55 500 horsepower sports coupe like this, you're probably going to want to maintain it properly anyway, which is more expensive than a Corolla. Okay, it has an SRS lamp on, just notice that. And look at that. V8 compressor, which means supercharger in Mercedes-Benz lingo. Okay, so let's quickly translate the auction sheet and then I'll show you the condition of the car. So it's a 2005 Mercedes-Benz SL55. This is an auction grade R because it has been in an accident, and I'll explain more about that later. Interior is B grade, has leather seats, power steering, power windows, airbag. The leather seats are AMG specific and have heating and cooling in them. And full power for all sorts of different ways, like forward, backwards, up and down for the front and the rear of the seat, bolster in and out, lumbar support, and all of that stuff. So cool to look at these convertibles. I never open up the top of them when I review these usually because the guy that we have that buys them most of the time, we don't check the tops because just in case they might fail. But I do, if they do fail, it's nice to be able to fix them in Japan before they leave. Then you have a chance to send it back to auction if that's what you want to do. Anyways, 112,579 kilometers, automatic transmission. I already went over that. Purchase from user. Pioneer navigation unit in it, Bose sound system, toll collection box for Japanese highways, HID headlights, cruise control, 20-inch wheels, leather seats, front and rear clearance sonar, SRS lamp is on, it said that on the sheet, power seats with heaters, owner's manual, first time at auction, and then the report here from the auction says imported car, so it wasn't original Japan car, it's from another market and then brought into Japan. Front accident has been repaired. Steering wheel and the seat have wear. They look really good though, really good for this mileage. Interior wear and scratch. Driver's power window switch is loose. I'll quickly show you that actually, because it's a little bit of a weird comment. Alright, look here. So this is loose like this, whereas this one here is nice and firm. So you might need a new switch panel piece. What are you doing up? Get back down there. That's odd. It's a little bit of a different color. Okay, rear panel underside has been bent. Right front inner panel is bent. Right front side member dented. Various scratches and repairs. Wheels scratched and door mirror scratched. And then if you look at the diagram here, the hood, both fenders have been replaced. It's been repainted, all that side and this side. And then the front has scuff, peeling, and misaligned. So looking at the car, I find that the paint is done really well. Have a look here. And here you can see the excellent fitment of the aftermarket wheels. So the repaint was done well. Front alignment, this is the only place that I noticed it, right here. Other than that, everything seems to line up fine. The hood lines up well, the fenders line up well. Here's the peeling paint on the front that they were talking about. And then you typically will get scuffs on the underside of the bumper, because this is Japan after all. There's one there. Headlights are pretty clear. A couple of rock chips in the hood. Not a couple, there's more than a couple. Two here, one here, two here, two up here, two here. So the hood has rock chips. Toyota Noah. And then A2 on the rear bumper. Like that spoiler. So I think this center diffuser piece is aftermarket. And then we have scratches here. But it is a fairly flat bottom, as you can see here. We also have scratches here. I just noticed those. They're kind of curved under, so not easy to see. And not a common location for there to be scratches either. Okay, so tires are a nice expensive tire, which is always a good sign. There's Pilot Super Sport on the back and Pilot Cup 2s on the front. They're relatively new, but they're both about 30% of their tread left, or maybe 20%. And so I would say that likely they were driven a little bit hard. 20-inch tires are expensive, especially Pilot Sport Cup 2s in 245 on the front and 285 on the rear. Oh, and you probably saw the huge brakes there. Those are stock AMG brakes for this model, I believe. Okay, so let's do the once around here so you can see the vehicle from all angles. I'm not sure if I like it better with the top down or the top up. I think it's a pretty gorgeous car with the top up. And it's nice to have a convertible that is a full hard top to give you nice quiet cruising and better longevity of the roof. I think I'd be pretty terrified if I had a convertible that had a soft top and how to care for that soft top and wash it properly. And after about 15 years, all the soft tops tend to degrade or get wear marks on them. And then an aftermarket top never really fits properly for many cars. Okay. So the wheels on this one are kind of a big thing. I think it had 18s to begin with. I don't know the brand of these ones either. I do very much like the look of the AMG front end. V8 compressor, in case you didn't know. Okay, so going into the interior, not an awful lot to say here. Everything looks to be pretty good. For 100,000 kilometers, there's not that much wear on the seats. You can see some wrinkling, but no tears or no threadbare areas. Right here is the most amount of wear. And AMG. And it has this, this piece here can come up or down. I don't know if it'll work with the car off. Let's have a try. Nah, car's off, doesn't work. In the back here, you get storage boxes. Ooh, wires. So cool. And a CD player. I don't think this does anything. It's like looks like a seat belt of some kind. I don't know what that does at all. Okay. Aftermarket head unit there for the Navi. Something stuck onto the dashboard. There's a around the head unit has a carbon fiber look stuff. That's not stock. Usually that would be black. It has no wood panels in it, which is good for longevity of the car because wood panels tend to crack pretty easily. These cars sound awesome when you turn them on. Very bassy. SRS lamp is on. So shift yourself buttons on the opposite side of the steering wheel here for shift up and here for shift down. You can also do it here if you want, but I think most people would drive this with full manual mode. Got a bus coming. I don't think that bus driver likes me. He comes by at the same time every day and he's like, why is that guy always parking cars there? Why doesn't he leave me enough room next to the MR2? Sorry. Okay, so here is suspension up if you need to get over something, which is handy to have. Electric folding mirrors. Obviously they don't work when the car is off. Dual zone climate control, and the AC works, so that's good. Okay, I have not taken it for a drive. It's got a Paso. I do want to take it for a drive because who doesn't want to test out the 500 horsepower? The answer is that's definitely not me. Okay, so basically that's what we got here. SL55 AMG, I bought from auction here in Japan. Okay, so if you have any questions, you can check out our website and you can send us an email. You can post in the comment section. We check it sometimes. Depends on how many comments we get. We tend to get so many that we can't answer them all, so better to email if you need us for something. But thank you everyone for watching, and have a nice day.